Yo, what is going on, people? And I'm back with another video, this time doing a certified lover boy type of sample, Drake's upcoming album. So I thought I'd just do a sample that I would like to hear, sort of thing, on it. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and leave a comment for any ideas for next videos. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So yeah, the first thing that I started off was with some keys. I did it at quite a low BPM because I was going to stretch it out in time. It's 64 BPM and it's in a minor scale. I can't really remember, D minor I think it was. So yeah, and this is the keys, this is the pattern, nothing too crazy, just a lot of strum effects and just to give it that little slow vibe. And this is how it sounds. So yeah, the effects that I used on that was not too crazy. It's just a wire control just to give it a little bit of a cassette feel and change the shape of it, give it a little bit of flair and make it sort of wavy, sort of. I can't really explain the texture that it gives, but it's just a cool effect. Then a chorus crystallizer just to thicken the original sample, and then I put on a sound gradizer. I just brought it out a little bit, made it more brighter. So, and then obviously reverb and took out the lows and some frequencies that I didn't like. So the next thing I added was another key, but this time higher octave, and it was more of a counter melody to the first original sample. But then all I did was reverse it, so it sounds like this. As you see, it gives it another moody type texture and makes it a dark sort of vibe. So what I added on that was a J37 as usual, a compressor, warp it again, give it a little texture of a digital, give it an old vinyl effect, reverb, EQ, took out a lot of lows and highs, and then I added this kickstart to give it like a sidechain sort of effect, just to like a tremolo. So the next thing I added was a bass, and I feel like this glued everything together and fit in perfect, give it like a moody texture that I was going for. So the next thing I added was a decapitator, and it distorted it, but I took out some of the highs so it wasn't too oversaturated. And I feel like with the brightness they gave it, it made it more present in the beat, but just fit perfect. And then obviously took out some lows and highs again. So the next thing I did, as usual, was add my own vocals, and they sound like this. So yeah, for this end bit of the vocals, it was a separate recording, and I panned them either left or right. It gives it a cool texture and just gives it a bit of diversity and sounds cool. I think it sounds cool. But yeah, so the effects I used for this was auto-tune as usual, little auto boy as usual. Took out some lows, compressed it with an analog, and then tube compressor to make it more tighter. Low higher, just take out some lows, and then the chorus delay and reverb that I always use. And then I thought with these vocals to add this perk and just give it a reverb and just cut out some of the frequencies just to give it a texture like this. it's not really that present in the beat, but it sits in the background and gives it a good like sort of vibe sort of thing. It's just a bit more ear candy for the listener. Then obviously I added another perk, or 2 separate perks, and I just cut out the lows and highs for them and just brought them down levels just to sit in the background so they sound like this. Nothing too crazy, it's pretty simple. I don't really need to show the effects for that. So I wanted to give just a little bit of a different feeling, but not too crazy to distract from the main melody. So I added a guitar, but I just did it at the ends just to give it a bounce off the vocals, so it sounds like this. Yeah, so for the guitar I added this as usual, the tool rack, just a preset called the Leslie 1, vinyl, reverb, not too much reverb, and then took out a lot of the frequencies that I didn't want, just as I was going to bring it down just to sit in the background. Then for the second half of this sample I just added some bells, and then I reversed and just sound like this. Then for that I added an effect rack, primal tape, and then echo bullet, and then a bit of chorus, and took out some frequencies that I didn't want. Wanted it to be very high frequencies just to fit in that gap. So altogether the sample sounds like this. So with this I rendered the sample, and then on a new FL put up the BPM to 112. It was at 64 originally, and then I stretched it out twice longer than usual, and then pitch corrected it to 1 more semitone. Then for that sample, I just wanted to bring out the brightness of it, so I did this, and that was it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I hope you liked it. It sounds pretty cool, I thought. Give it a good feeling. Hopefully we get to see what Drake's album's going to be like. Hopefully pretty good. I probably don't doubt that. So yeah, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, just to let me know that you're watching. And then if you want to follow me on my Instagram, which is on the screen, then go ahead and just message me. We can work. I'm up for anything. So yeah, thanks guys, peace.